Hi, this is Gary with GEEZBEEZ. We're going over in the bee yard today to check on the two hives, the one that we put the swarm in and also the other one that we had the emergency cell. And we'll check and see what they've done with that. So come on in.
Hey friends, Gary, when you're at the gate, there's a sign that people are probably curious about. What's the No More Turnpikes Oklahoma? What does that mean?
Well, it's a protest sign for the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority, who is wanting to take our property and do away with my bee farm. So we are protesting that, and there's several things happening with that.
And if folks would like to know more, because we would love to have your support, there's a Facebook group. It's called No More Turnpikes Oklahoma. It has a lot of really good information on it, as well as a website, pikeoffota.com. We'll share links with both of those sites. The proposed turnpikes are going through a lot of really environmentally sensitive areas, a lot of wildlife habitat destruction. And so, hey, speaking of wildlife and that kind of thing, did you see where they found a new bee species in Oklahoma?
They did. Found the morning glory longhorn bee.
So shout out to Mary Powley, the research assistant with the Oklahoma Natural Heritage Inventory, and Dr. James Hung with the University of Oklahoma doing a study on bees in Oklahoma. So we really don't know how many species that we have. They estimate maybe 350 known species. It could be as high as 750. So, you know, you kind of have to know what you have in order to be able to protect it. And so in light of climate change and weather changing patterns, especially drought, and how that's going to affect our pollinators, I'm so thankful for that study, and I'm encouraged and interested to see what comes out of it. They're enlisting the public's help, and so there's a website, inaturalist.org, where they're encouraging you to take photos of bee species, pollinators, upload it, and so that they can catalog where these species are found, what time of year, what location. So anyway, interesting stuff going on there. So it's another weekend video, and so you've already told us what we're going to be doing.
We're going to get in the yard and we're going to look at the emergency cell, see if it came out, see if we've got a queen developing there, what we're going to do with that hive. And the other hive we'll check on. Earlier in the week I checked on them. They were still there. You know, the one that we've got the small swarm off of. And we're going to get in and see if the queen's laying any eggs. And I did give them some wax to kind of help them out. So we'll see how they're doing.
Well, somebody's buzzing around me right now, so let's go suit up and we'll get started.
All right. Okay, we're down here checking on these ladies today. This is the hive that had the emergency cell, and they're just about 2 frames of bees still, so we're just going to take a quick look at them and see what they've done with that emergency cell and see if we want to combine them or whatever in the future. We're going to kind of ride this thing out and let them see what they develop and see how they develop. We got a little time to play with. We'll feed them up. We have been feeding them, and so there's not a lot of bees in here, but we'll see what they've done with that cell. See, they got a little bit of pollen coming in. There's white pollen on this guy right here, and there's orange pollen on these. So let's see if we've still got an emergency cell and what's, and I see a queen. I see a queen right there. So they have emerged a queen. And what else we got going on here? Just pollen and nectar in there. Now whether she's mated and back, I kind of doubt. But we will see how she does in the future. And we may have to end up combining them or doing a double screen board on top of a bigger hive if they'll develop out a little bit. But we've got some time to decide that. And we'll let her see what she can do and see if there's enough drones in the area to get her mated and see when she starts laying. So she came out this week of the little emergency cell that they had going, so we'll see how this goes. So now we're going to check on the swarm we found, a little small swarm that we found on the tree over there. We brought them over here. I did check early in the week, they're still in here. I didn't open them up, so we're going to open them up and see what's happening. I did open them up, in fact, because I put some new frames in there for them. Some frames that I had left over, and just wax frames. They're not the best wax frames, but we'll see what's going on with them. I did give them a little pollen patty, and they have taken quite a bit of that pollen patty. It was, out to here, so they've taken about half of that pollen patty, and we have been feeding them up. So let's see what they've got going on. So I've done just a little bit on that frame. I didn't figure they'd do too much. In fact, I think I'll put one of these wax frames closer to the brood frame for them. You move this. They've taken just about a lot of that. So let's see if we can find the queen and what's going on, if she's laid any new eggs. We do have new eggs. Let's see if we can find the queen. Well, I don't see her right off, but I do see eggs. So we're going to move this around a little bit. Move this frame out here. So we do have some eggs in here, so that's exciting to know that the queen had made it in there, and she is laying, and they are taking pollen patty. So we'll just keep feeding them some pollen patty and some 1-to-1 sugar water and try to get them built up. And we may have to do the same with them, do a double screen board, put them on top if it starts getting cool out. But right now, we're still 95 degrees, 90 degrees pretty much all week, been in the 90s. So they've got plenty of warmth. We're not worried about them yet, but as it starts getting cooler evenings, we don't want to lose any brood, and for chilled brood. And so we will move them on top of a bigger hive if we don't end up combining them, depending on what the other hive does over there. But either way, we'll get them taken care of, and we just wanted to update you and let you know that the swarm made it, and we've got a new queen over there in the other where the emergency cell was at. So I appreciate it. Thank you.